Live and direct. It's Sway in the morning.
Right here on Shade 45.
Welcome to the listener line.
New message.
What up, Sway? This your man Rob out in Minnesota. Taking my laser work right now, man. I was just listening to that political thing. That shit's fucked up. Take it easy.
New message.
DJ Premier wanted to say what's up. Give him praise for all that gangsta movement he did for Guru. You know, those dudes were straight out of Boston. Give him up for that. Holla at us, DJ Premier. This is 495 on Slick calling from Mill City, Lowell, Massachusetts. Peace.
New message.
Hey, what's going on with you, Sway? This is DJ Money Matt, based out of Indianapolis, Indiana. And, man, I wanted to salute you and the morning show for bringing Pusha T onto the station today. Love the My Name Is My Name album. It's amazing. And, you know, playing Snitch was a great choice. That's the one I'm running with out here. So, salute you and everybody in the Sway universe. Have a good day.
New message.
What's up? This is Diamond outside of Providence, Rhode Island. I just wanted to say that I had the Pusha T's album, and that shit is dope as hell. First and foremost, my favorite tracks on there is 40 Acres. That shit was dope. Super dope. Love it.
New message.
Yo, this is Johnny B from San Diego. Just heard that Pusha T, 40 Acres. That song is dope, man. Keep on playing that. Love Shade 45 in the morning.
Sway in the morning, Shade 45. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hi, Sway. It's nice to see you again.
Have to be good to see you. Of course, you're going to see me today. We've been planning for this big show we got today.
Yes.
Catrice Austin is coming by to do First Day with Kelly Keke. You'll find out more about her later. Mark Echo coming by, was very popular in urban fashion and just made urban fashion an experience.
Yes.
Not just a cloth. Also, DJ Anna Leno is coming through. She's going to be our guest DJ, and Vanilla Ice will be here today.
The reason why I said see you again, Sway, citizens, have you ever been with a flat lever? I don't have a chance to hang out with Sway a lot after the show. We both go off and do our separate things. Yesterday, we were invited to see the play Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, it was nice. It's on Broadway with Orlando Bloom.
And Condola Rashad, Felicia Rashad's daughter.
Yeah, well, that she had with Ahmad Rashad.
Yeah, Sway started coughing next to me.
Wait, hold up, Heather.
What?
Where's this going? I'm sick.
I know, but you left me. It was a brilliant place, Sway. I wish you would have stayed. I didn't know you were a flat lever.
Nah, you know, I took some medicine, and do you remember when I was sitting next to you, and what was you hearing coming from me?
It was nasty.
What did you hear? But do you remember one point you heard a...
yeah, and I looked over at you. I was like, what's that?
And that was when my eyelids shut closed, and that was about to become a snore. Because they were doing Romeo and Juliet, all Shakespearean, of course.
Yes.
Modern interpretation of it.
Yes.
And sometimes on Broadway, I have the hardest time staying awake. I know that sounds bad.
No,
but
it's honest.
Okay, yeah, right. Tracy, you ever go to a Broadway play?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love Broadway plays. They make me feel very happy.
You don't go to sleep?
Sometimes. I really try not to, though, because you'll miss a lot. There's no freaking remote control button, unfortunately.
There isn't. And they're not mic'd, you know, and sometimes it was Shakespeare. Did you understand one full sentence?
I did. I did enjoy the performance so much that it was worth it, but I kept looking over to the right, and I was going, oh, that's right, Sway left me.
You know, I honestly, you know, Orlando Bloom, I'm a fan of his.
Yeah. Condola
Rashad. They did an excellent job.
They did.
But I thought it would be rude because I couldn't keep up. I couldn't stay up.
Yeah.
Yo. Whoa. Hey, does that sound right? Hey.
Well, yeah, that's
okay.
a little. But I didn't realize we haven't hung out in a long time, and I was looking forward to it, and you're flat lever, Sway. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we hang out every day. We were just hanging out. You got me tipsy Sunday.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's right. I take it back. All right. Sorry.
But what did you think of the overall play?
I thought the play was absolutely brilliant. They did a great job acting wise. I'm a fan. I said I got to go start seeing more Broadway.
Yo, we got to start seeing more Broadway. Are the citizens Broadway lovers?
I wonder.
Have you ever seen a play like in your town? You know, I don't know, the theater, man. There's something to be said about it.
You stayed up for Motown, though.
That's true, man. They had me. I was dancing. I feel like Michael Jackson. 888-742-3345. Who's waking up with Sway in the morning? Give us a call. Sway in the morning, 28 minutes into the hour. Man, Heather B and I have had a little disagreement this morning already. And you know I'm sick, Heather. It's like you pray on the weak.
I
mean, like, you know, I'm not up for this morning. We went to a play. It was a Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet.
Shakespearean theater, Sway.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, what's the name of it? Romeo and Juliet with Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, and Condola Rashad, Felicia Rashad, and Ahmad Rashad's daughter.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, with the language thing, we had the whole thespian experience, Sway, and you cut out.
I mean, I you know, since I was in the 8th grade, the first Shakespearean play I ever read was a Midnight Summer's Dream? Is that what
Maybe.
Yeah, Midnight Summer's Dream. And I've always been fascinated with the writing. What?
Midsummer.
What was it?
Midsummer.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah, Midsummer Night's Dream. Right? And I've always been fascinated by how Shakespeare, how he wrote, you know, similar to the Bible. A lot of people thought that he had some contribution to the King, one of the revisited King James versions of the Bible.
Right.
So I figure I'm older now. I can hear it more, understand it more, and have a different perspective on it. But I could not stay up because I took that medicine.
Yeah, but did you not appreciate it that it all rhymed, too? It was all...
The timing was impeccable. They were just like Pusha T. Natalie's in Florida. Good morning. How you doing, Nat?
Hey, Natalie.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
I'm doing
Great.
okay. You're a Broadway fan? You ever watch a Broadway play?
I've seen Annie in New York City. It was fabulous.
It was fabulous. But see, that's more of a... Go ahead.
I was going to say, here we saw Wicked, and that was one of the best experiences ever.
Yeah. But those are musicals. They're singing.
That's true.
Yeah, they're dancing. You know, in those kind of plays, I stay wide awake. In fact, I try to offer my services in case they need somebody to jump on the stage. But the whole purpose is I want to try to get Orlando Bloom on the show. Wouldn't that be great if Orlando Bloom comes on the show, Natalie?
Absolutely. I would be tuning in 100%.
Okay, so that's the goal. Natalie, you're a citizen.
A Sway in the morning.
All right, we got Matt in Orlando. He's actually in Orlando. What are you doing in Orlando? Y'all dating? No, I'm just kidding. What up, man?
Hey, not much, man. I listen to you guys every morning. I'm actually on my way to work, but had a little deja vu this morning because my wife's from Brooklyn, and every time we go up to New York to visit our family, we always end up going to a Broadway play. And our second anniversary, I took her to see The Lion King. And your boy straight up fell out in the middle of the play. I just started snoring. I was just knocked out, man. The play was too long.
You started snoring? That's exactly what almost happened to me yesterday.
It really did.
It's theater is beautiful, man. I love theater. When I was a kid, they used to make us do theater. I watched my daughter perform in Wicked and The Wiz. And
okay, so all of these men, DJ Wonder confessed that he fell asleep at the theater. You're saying you fell asleep. He fell asleep. Do you fall asleep in the movies as well?
Yeah. I get some of my best naps in movies. There's always a 10-minute power nap, as I call it, that goes on in the movie that helps me out.
Y'all are crazy.
Maybe they're too long. Maybe the play's a little too long.
Wow, okay.
I don't know. But anyway, it was a great play.
It was great.
While it lasted. If you're in tri-state area, go see Romeo and Juliet with Orlando Bloom.
And Condola Rashad is excellent.
All right, we got our daily news coming up. There's some new developments in the government shutdown. We'll give you the details up next.
Read all about it.
Hey, save your change. Sway's got your daily news right here, huh?
All right, 37 minutes into the hour. They said there may be a light at the end of the tunnel. The government's still partially shut down. House Republicans say they aren't budging from that, but it looks like we could be spared the debt ceiling debacle. Last night, GOP sources told us that lawmakers are preparing a proposal to temporarily raise it. Yesterday, President Obama said he would accept a short-term deal. Two sides meet today. Everybody's keeping their fingers crossed. Here's another bit of good news. You know how we had some of the military family members and people who serve in our military talk about how their benefits have been cut off? Well,
right.
The Defense Department yesterday struck a deal with the Fisher House Foundation to pick up the tab for now. This is a private charity. They'll dole out the money. The Pentagon will pay it back when the shutdown ends.
This will all be resolved very soon, Sway. They have elections coming up with senators and different things happening in a couple of weeks. Trust me.
It's going to get resolved, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. In other news, man, this is just such a crazy story. It's a sad story. Kendrick Johnson died at 17 years of age. He was found wrapped in a gym mat, and he suffocated. But it was, real shady circumstances around it. People stuck him in a rolled up gym mat while he was reaching for a sneaker. All right. Now, nobody ever brought that explanation to the parents. They won a court order to have their son's body exhumed in a second autopsy to be performed in June. And during an autopsy, internal organs are removed. They're examined before being returned for burial. But when Dr. Bill Anderson, the pathologist who conducted the second autopsy, opened the body, now here's the heinous part. The remains, the brain, the heart, the lungs, the liver were all missing. Every organ from the pelvis to the skull was gone. The discovery that they had the body, when they discovered the body and the skull had been stuffed with newspapers and department store cylinders before burial, it horrified the parents. Here's what Kendrick's father, Kenneth Johnson, had to say, along with the pathologist himself.
We have been let down again. And when we buried Kendrick, we thought we was burying Kendrick, not half of Kendrick.
I'm not sure at this point who did not return the organs to the body, but I know when we got the body, the organs were not there.
Now, the funeral home owner said his firm never received the teen's organs. He wrote that the organs were destroyed through natural process due to the position of Kendrick Johnson's body when he died. People be selling organs on the black market, right?
I do know that, but this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow.
They don't work unless you, they sell, or you only got so much time to sell an organ after somebody passes away. And that pretty much seems like what it is. I got to change this topic.
Yes, you do.
This is kind of heavy. This is concerning interns because I've been hooking a lot of people up with internships. I've been officially ordered to stop at MTV hooking people up with internships. And now they're trying to get on my back here at SiriusXM. Interns don't earn wages. Very rarely do they earn wages, and very rarely do they have any rights. And now it gets worse because the federal judge has ruled they're not even protected from being groped by their bosses. A former intern at Phoenix Satellite Television U.S. couldn't bring a sexual harassment claim against the broadcaster company and her former supervisor there because unpaid interns aren't employees. So they're not covered by the city's human rights law.
Wow.
So this person was groped on the ass continuously and couldn't complain about it and now can't press charges. So I'm always an advocate of interns. I feel like it's the best way to learn about the field you want to excel in. But things do happen, right?
Some interns, however, dress very inappropriately. I'm sorry. I have to just say that. They don't always dress right, and they force certain things. Not that men should do this, but some interns, they don't really dress appropriate for work. Sway, I'm sorry.
Men, I don't care. Those men are animals.
They are.
They don't need to grope interns.
No.
Interns are usually teenagers, or young in their young 20s.
But also, Sway, a lot of these girls in particular don't dress professionally enough when they come into these buildings.
Listen, if you ever been an intern and you've been experienced sexual harassment, give me a call, 888-742-3345. Let's talk about it. 41 minutes into the hour.
And now, Sway has more of your daily news.
Yo, Sway, what's up with the daily news, baby? What's the verdict? Spit it like you heard it.
On Shade 45.
All right, 44 minutes into the hour. A New York judge rules unpaid interns can't sue over sexual harassment at work because they don't count as employees. Heather, you say some people, they provoke it by the way they dress?
Absolutely.
I say these men are animals regardless of what these interns wear. You're not supposed to do that.
I agree, but some of them provoke it.
Alexa, you've ever been a victim of sexual harassment as an intern?
I have. I was actually working at a company. I was intern there, and the owners, both of them, they actually were big-time Italian guys that had 3 strip clubs in Las Vegas. And me and this other girl were the only women working there, and they always love using the word hoes and bitches. And when me and her turn around and be like, that stupid hoe, or this hoe, or this hoe. So he used to always say hoes all the time. Even when women will come in and apply for certain loans and certain things, be like, oh, that's a dumb hoe. I know she's a stripper.
That's
why you ain't quit?
Yeah.
I actually quit. And he told, I was doing collection calls one day, and he told me that I disrespected somebody and called somebody a hoe. And I went off because I was like, well, you call girls hoes and bitches all day and night. And it's not okay for me to call somebody a hoe?
Yeah, that's interesting. That's the type of situation you got to stay away from.
Right.
I don't really know how to comment on that. I mean, they own 3 strip clubs, right?
It's not probably the place that you want to do an internship. You know what I mean?
That one has me a little baffled right there.
Right.
All right, we're gonna go to let me say my phone lines. Let me hold on one second, man. Let me go to Reese in Nebraska, line 4. Reese, good morning. How you doing,
Hey,
Reese?
Reese, good morning.
Reese. Yeah, what up, man? You going through sexual harassment right now?
Yeah, actually, I got promoted into a situation, and I was told by my boss that she actually hired me to have sex with me.
Damn.
What?
And how did you respond to that?
I really didn't know what to do because the promotion actually gave me enough money, to take care of myself and my child because I was kind of going through a separation. And, so it was pretty good money what I was making, and I didn't want to make no rips in the office, you know what I'm saying? So I really didn't say anything.
Yeah, but how does she look?
Not great. I mean, I'm African American, and she's a white. So
what does that have to do with anything?
Well, nothing. But it was a bad situation.
Okay, let me ask you an honest question. If she was banging and was a 10 and looked like a model, would you have done it?
That's a good question.
Yeah, exactly. That's your answer. All right, Reese. I mean, I'm sorry that happened, man. We're going to take more of your calls, 888-742-3345. Sports up next.
Yes, Sway. Aaron Hernandez was in court yesterday, and you'll never believe what the prosecutors asked the judge to do.
Shade 4-5.
Recapping the latest in sports.
Yeah, baby! Yeah, baby!
What a game! Unbelievable.
What a game! Wait a minute!
I don't believe what I just saw.
It's Sway in the Morning Sports Report on Shade 45.
All right, 53 minutes into the hour. Big game tonight with the Oakland A's. Have the B got your sports report.
Yeah, but first, Sway and Citizens, we're going to start with Major League Baseball. However, there was a Game 5 last night. It was the deciding game that was played between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals. Here's how that all ended.
And the pitch to Alvarez. Here she is. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the Cardinals will go to the National League Championship Series. That'll be here on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations to the Cards. They will now face the Dodgers for the NLDS Championship Game 1 tomorrow in St. Louis.
They're going down.
Who, the Cards?
Yeah.
Really?
Against the Dodgers?
All right. Well, tonight, however, Citizens Sway's Oakland A's will face the Detroit Tigers in a winner-take-all showdown in Oakland. Justin Verlander versus Sonny Gray, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sway, are you nervous?
Not the least bit. And I bet Paul Rosenberg, who's the the CEO here at Shade 45,
right,
along with M&M, if you will, of steak dinner. So, and I'm not even a steak eater, but I'm going to eat that steak, damn it.
All right, we'll see how it goes down tomorrow. All right, in NFL news, Citizens, prosecutors in a murder case against former New England Patriot Aaron Hernandez want the judge to remove herself from the case. Yesterday, they said that her and the lead prosecutor have a public history of antagonism, and she has shown some bias. So they're now asking for this judge to remove herself from the case. She will decide in a couple of weeks before Aaron returns back to court in November if she will remove herself from this case. So this thing is getting more and more interesting.
The prosecutor wants the judge to
remove herself from the case because the lead prosecutor and the judge has a former history of antagonism.
Oh, the
and
lead prosecutor.
Yes,
okay.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is really, really interesting. And other NFL news, Citizens, my New York Giants that are 0-5 will face the Chicago Bears tonight. You're going to go to Channel 88 to check out that information. San Francisco's 49er linebacker Alden Smith was charged yesterday with felony counts and illegal possession of assault weapon stemming from a party in June 2012. And finally, in NBA news, more court drama. Yesterday, NBA player Lamar Odom has pleaded not guilty to a misdemeanor count of driving under the influence in connection with his August arrest. That's your sports report. And for more information, go to SiriusXM.com/NFL schedule for information.
Thank you, Heather B.
You're welcome.
All right, up next, we have Mark Elko, who's creator of the Echo clothing line, also Complex Magazine, and many other ventures. He has a new book. He's going to be talking about selling you without selling out. That's going to be interesting. We got Celebrity Wire.
Yup, Sway, last night was fight night, but it had nothing to do with boxers. This was Jimmy Kimmel versus Kanye West.
That's up next.
Like back in the old days.
Live and direct. It's Sway in the morning.
Right here on Shade 45.
Yeah.
Oh. You ready for that, Sway? Man, it's the RV shit. DJ Wonder, what up, man? I see you, man. What up, Sway? We going in, man. It's early in the morning. Wake your ass up. Let's get it. Hey, Sway. Getting paid, dead press, early in the morning. Got a nigga going in. Bringing you the truth from inside the booth. Bringing you the truth to inspire you. Shade 45 from inside the coop. Shade 45, Sway early in the morning. Got a nigga going in. Early in the morning. Got a nigga going in. Yeah, this the Kid Lloyd, the King of Hearts, and I'm rocking with my big brother Sway, you dig? So turn it up, Shade 45.
All right, 3 minutes into the hour, Sway in the morning, Shade 45. About to get ready for the Celebrity Wire, but first, Heather B, I know as a hip-hop artist, you're really excited about one of our guests today. Vanilla Ice will be here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Also, we're going to be doing First Aid with Kelly Kincaid.
Yes.
There's a new book on the market. It's called Unlabeled, Selling You Without Selling Out. That was released earlier this month by Mark Echo. He's going to join us as well in a moment. Is he here? Mark's here? Yeah? Bring him in. Let's bring him in. Oh. Mark Echo, ladies and gentlemen. Mark,
Yes.
where is he? Right there? All right, cool.
He's taking a fashion stroll. Yeah.
He's taking a fashion stroll. All right, we'll come back with Mark Echo. You want to talk to him at 888-742-3345. Welcome to the show. If you're just now tuning in, 8 minutes into the hour. I think it's fair to call him legendary, is it?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, because of some of the accomplishments he's made that have directly affected my interest in the business we're in, the Echo Unlimited clothing line. If you remember, there was in the 90s, there was a fashion revolution, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
You had a lot of clothing lines that were coming from an urban perspective and it was almost like a subculture in fashion when you had the FUBUs that were coming out and the Cross Colors and the Mecca brand and, you know, and you have Fat Farm and Carl Kanai.
Yeah.
And you also had Echo Unlimited, which was one of my favorites because I felt like it was a quality brand that really targeted my interests and how I like to express myself. And I was never a fashion guy. So, Mark Echo, I want to thank you for making a lot of people in my life believe that I actually have fashion sense. That worked out for me, man. And then you went on to do so many other things, as well as Complex as well,
man.
right?
Yeah, Complex Media.
Complex Media, which is everything you've done, which I appreciate. To me, you've done it with integrity, and you've done a lot of quality work, which leads us to, you know, and you never changed who you are. You remained yourself, and anytime a new business venture came, it just made sense. It seemed like natural progression, which a lot of people have problems with in this industry. You got the book Unlabeled, Selling You Without Selling Out.
Yes.
What does that title mean?
Well, you know, I wrote the book as a business book for artists in the creative class. I think, you know, coming up as an emotive, creative person, who wants to hold on to the things that you make. You invest so much time into things, regardless of if it's literally art or if it's an invention or some kind of service or good. And we have a tendency to be often afraid to commercialize our art. And there's this, my story is one coming up as, white Jewish kid in the 80s, into hip hop, growing up in Lakewood, New Jersey. Shout out to Lakewood.
Hey.
It was a really unique time and place, and I didn't necessarily look or fit the part. So I've always had this kind of interesting underdog story in almost every industry I've tried to tackle. And I've always had people, quote, gatekeepers, which I talk about a lot in the book, that are third-party external forces that will kind of say, oh, this is the compliance standard for you to be qualified, either as good, cool, real, authentic, whatever. And often we are afraid to take the shot because we're afraid of the ridicule of those external forces, rather than just saying, you know what, I'm going to go, I'm just going to leap in and I'm going to do it. And, that's what the book's about, is about like trying to give people a framework, share some of my stories where I did it well and somewhere I kind of fucked up, frankly.
Really? Let's talk about those external forces, the gatekeepers. That's a problem that, that's a situation that we deal with every day, even here at SiriusXM.
Yes.
What we do as radio broadcasters, that's a problem artists deal with in the hip-hop community every single day and always have. So the term selling out is it's a negative term. It's not a good thing when you take something that started organically and you morph it into something that doesn't look the same as it did when it started. In hip hop, that's like a cardinal sin, right?
Right. Well, it's one of the reasons I put those words in the title. I try to make the reader flat-footed on this conversation so that we could have a little bit more of an intellectually honest conversation around, like, ultimately whatever you're creating, you need to sell yourself. You need to be willing to do that. So you can't hide behind the art and always try to fight every battle with the sword of just the art. I mean, there's no doubt that that's obviously, I'm not saying be a whore, don't have integrity, but I'm saying, I try to frame and define the notion of selling out first. I think it's very crucial that we do that first. And the way that I kind of frame it and define it is saying, selling out is to double cross one's creative intent. Okay. So if you have a creative intent that's, true to your deep core values, I was a kid airbrushing t-shirts because King Fade and the Shirt Kings inspired me to do that. Okay. In Lakewood, New Jersey, there weren't N and R trains running, in the middle of Lakewood. I could get up on the back of a ShopRite or like the roller rink. Okay. Let's be, that's real. Right. So, for me to try to pretend that was always my creative intent. So it was a very natural progression to go from, reading Subway art to, having friends come over with their blank denim jackets and their t-shirts and me airbrushing it, to saying, all right, now I'm going to screen print it. And so I've been, I think, mostly through my career, pretty true to that creative intent. When you double cross that for either the purpose of, obviously just financial gains or something more sinister, right? Something more like evil or selfish or whatever. That to me is really where you're selling out.
That's what's selling
when you're
out.
not being true to what is deep in your belly, right? And that's why, I don't take that default position with people, where a lot of people look at certain artists or creatives and their default position because they disagree with the aesthetic.
Let's talk about that. All right. Mark Echo is here. I want to open up the phone lines. The book is Unlabeled: Selling You Without Selling Out. If you have any questions about branding, if you're an artist, you're trying to excel in the game, he's a perfect person to ask about it. 888-742-3345. Sway in the Morning, Shade 45, 17 minutes into the hour. We have the author of the book Unlabeled: Selling You Without Selling Out. Mr. Mark Echo is here.
Woo!
Crazy, dope clothing line. Complex Media.
Thank you.
I love what you guys do over at Complex, man. We should be doing some type of partnership with Sway in the Morning, right? With Sway'sUniverse.com and Complex.
Good.
Let's go.
All right. We were just talking about the definition of selling out. It's when someone in your opinion, when someone double crosses their creative intent, which is something people are faced with all the time. And because you got these gatekeepers who kind of tell you what's good and what's bad, and there's no gray area in between that. And
sometimes those gatekeepers are in your head, or they're real.
Or they're real, right?
Yeah. Sometimes they're in your head, though. You let them get in your head if you're not easy.
You're not easy, and sometimes those gatekeepers don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Right, and you lose sight of the goalkeeper, who's ultimately who votes, right?
The goalkeeper. And so, and you often in this business of entertainment, you face. I remember when I first agreed to go over to MTV.
Mm-hmm.
And I caught a lot of backlash.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, King Tech and I put in so much work at that point. I didn't really have nothing to prove in my mind in terms of my integrity, love for the culture, so on and so forth. In fact, I wanted to go there to be on a larger platform to balance out what I felt was the untruths that were being represented on TV.
Do you remember in that time when you went, did you feel like you had all the controls in place, or did you take a leap of faith?
I took a leap of faith, and because I was entering a world I had never been a part of, but I felt confident in it because I knew there was nothing that was going to budge me from my path, my beliefs, and my integrity. In fact, it was something I prided myself on. I'm gonna find a way to interview the president,
right?
My way.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna find a way to talk to Katy Perry or Bono from U2, who's beautiful artist,
right?
My way.
Yeah.
And nevertheless, and I think I've accomplished that, but it's always a constant work in progress, right?
Yeah.
And so I can relate to the things you're saying, because you had to do it yourself.
Absolutely.
To get to where you are.
Yep.
I got a lot of people on the phone lines that want to talk to you.
Sure.
Heather B, I know you had a question too.
I did. I'm from New Jersey as well, so I was excited when I saw Lakewood, New Jersey. But things have always sparked my curiosity about people in fashion and the choices that they made. Not in particular about the clothes, but now we're in an era of branding. And I noticed way back then you had this little rhinoceros on your clothes. Why did you choose that as
the rhino? My greatest employee ever, right? Showed up every Monday, right?
On time.
On time. I used to airbrush when I airbrushed in Lakewood right off of my 2-car garage that was converted to like a family room. In the family room, my dad had a collection of these sand drift wood rhinos that I think he got at like the Englishtown auction.
I remember.
Okay,
those,
they were like $2 a piece. And as a kid, I used to play with them with like my action figures, my Star Wars action figures. But funny enough, the story goes that 3 years into the business, I was in a trade show, and I noticed that all of my competitors in the space were just using graffiti word marks, right? Like the serify hand style, graffiti style type, like a tag. And I walked through that trade show in Las Vegas, and I saw like a really mainstream brand using it. I was kind of thinking to myself, well, what's my differentiator if everybody in the space, including someone who's not really in the space, is using this? So it's just one of those, observations as a kid. Walked by the polo booth, and there's a guy on a horse with a stick. What's that stick do? And there's an alligator, and there's a tree over at the Timberland booth. So I went back and I started reflecting on those little collection of rhinos. I just started using them, and I built one of my 20 T-shirts in that third 3.5-year collection. And I remember the buyers saying to me, we don't need a dinosaur. What is this dinosaur logo? It's not a dinosaur. It's a rhino. We don't need this hippopotamus. Just give us the graffiti shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, but you don't get it. I want to be able to, I'm going to assign meaning onto this thing, and I'm going to make it I don't need for this outdoorsy brand. So, I stayed persistent, and it was one of those kind of manna from the heaven things where I knew that if I could assign meaning onto this object where it was kind of like counterintuitive to how you perceived it, just looking at it, that it would give me more power, right? Because then I could just sell a basic woven shirt or a basic pair of jeans with just a little rhino. And the rhino took on all this meaning over the years. It's like it's a herbivore, yet it's fierce. There's kind of a clumsy grace about a rhino that I think kind of embodies me.
You got that clumsy look about you, Mark. I don't want to say nothing about it.
Clumsy, crunchy on the outside, soft in the middle kind of thing.
There
but, that's the vibe. And that's how I got it. It's just one of those good things. So, a year later, those buyers are like, yeah, you got more of those dinosaurs. They're really selling good. I was like, I told you, and they're a rhino.
They're still not dinosaurs. We got Jamar's in North Carolina. You got a question for Mark? Real quick.
Yeah, you know I do. Real quick. Mark, how you doing, bro?
What's up, Jamar?
Hey, man, not much. Hey, listen, I'm a regional director for my own company.
Okay.
And basically what I'm attempting to do is brand my own debit card, something similar to the Rush card.
Right.
Okay? Now, I'm trying to get endorsements. I'm trying to make connections with people such as yourself, Sway, as well. And
hey, Jamar, I said real quick. What happened to that?
All right. Can I email you? Can I give you my information so we can at least talk?
No, but what we can do is what I could advise is that when you think about your brand, don't wait for us to beat, your chest for yourself, right? So, this brand and whatever product or service you're creating, you need to think like a brand. That's what I tell people, and that's what's kind of core to the book. Mm-hmm. That there's best practices that even for an individual, like in a world where you're likely to have 8 to 10 jobs in your career, and we're out there kind of, vomiting into the social media vomitorium, right? It's important that you're very in tune with what your brand is. Even if that seems vulgar or kind of like grisly to have that conversation. What you want to think about is with this product you're creating, how does it relate to your deep values, and is it reflective of something? Can you create a metaphor with this debit card that's either saving people time or doing something in their lives that's more meaningful rather than your neededness? And I appreciate it because this is how we're trained to think that you need to have Mark Echo or Sway quote endorse you. If the brand from the guts to the skin is really meaningful, then you don't have the dependency on us. Yeah. Okay. So like that's really kind of the spirit of what's in the book, and so hopefully that has more value than my email address.
Okay, and then I'm also going to say to Mark, you have to be real quick, all right?
Yeah. Sorry.
We got.
I'm slow.
That's all right. Izzy, you're in Israel, Izzy?
Yeah. What's going on, Mark?
What's up, Izzy?
You was in Israel about a few years ago, right?
Yes, I've been there a couple times. I have.
Me and my brother, we ran into you guys I think one time.
Okay.
Pretty much, I mean, my question is this, all right? I have a brand that I'm trying to push myself that's trying to tap into the fashion design or whatever, but it's kind of hard to make it because people, it's like you have local businesses that won't really promote your own shit. Like me, I promote my own stuff. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to wear it. I tell people, look, wear it. It's a T-shirt.
What's your question, Izzy? What's your question?
How can I market my business, my logo or whatever to...
But first of all, your brand is not a logo. A logo is, logos are, respectfully, like logos are like, guns without ammo. Your brand is what you do, what you make, right? And what you need to, come to terms with. You have to be intellectually honest and ask yourself, is your product differentiated? Does the world need your product with or without the brand? Like, why is that? The world doesn't need another T-shirt. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's enough T-shirts. People walk around naked. Yeah. All right. So, so you have to ask yourself, how does your brand differentiate so that there's a neededness and a wantedness? So I think you can't be flip about those things. The logo alone is just a gun without ammo.
Mark Echo, the author of the book Unlabeled, Selling You Without Selling Out. And Mark, you're giving up too much game, man. We got to have them read the book. All these questions could be answered in the book. The book just came, just the beginning of this month the book came out, right?
Yeah, it came out just a little bit over a week ago, yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah, man.
And people could pick it up?
They can go to Amazon and go to Barnes & Nobles, go check out at, www.unlabeled.me. You could learn more information on it. And, I just really appreciate, you, Sway, and Heather, and you guys, and just the integrity of what you've done and just the dignity. You've been able to, kind of go from interviewing the president to, everybody's favorite rappers. I mean, it's really, you've done a lot for the culture, man. God bless you.
Mark. That means a lot coming from
man.
you, brother. I appreciate it, man. It'd be great if I could get some free clothes, too. All right, up next, man, we got Celebrity Wire.
Yep, we got to talk about this big face-off from last night. That's Jimmy Kimmel and Kanye West.
Shade 4-5.
Reporting on the latest celebrity news, scandals, and occasional sex tape. It's the Celebrity Wire on Sway in the Morning.
All right, Sway in the Morning. We got Tracy G with that Celebrity Wire.
Yes, so the Illuminati, this is a subject that so many people love. Of course, it's about the secret society. People believe that Jay-Z, Kanye West, Rihanna are a part of it. Now, 2 Chainz. There's also been rumors that he recently got inducted into it. But he was talking about how all these Illuminati symbols, we see them in music videos and whatnot, they have nothing to do with the artist, but they are everything to do with the video director who puts them in there to increase views.
Yeah, I did an interview, and then they edited. If you it's not up, but if you looked at it, like people in our profession could tell that it was cut, like boom, and it was like boom, somebody laughed, and it was like one more. It was just, I couldn't believe it was done. And the dude know who it is. He was trying to get me some. He was trying to holler at me on the red carpet with VMAs. He was smiling, thought it was over with, but you can't play with certain things. And
HB. What the hell? I'm looking in bewilderment because I don't know if things have changed that much, but the last I know, when you get a video and you get the edit and you start getting a copy, you have to approve.
Right.
Your final edit, your final copy. So what is he saying? That after his final approval, the director goes and pulls out Illuminati symbols and just sticks them in his video? Are you kidding me?
Are you implying that 2 Chainz is a member of the Illuminati?
What I'm saying is that it's shit that he didn't know that this stuff is in his video and that he didn't approve it. Sway, you can't put out a video and the artist didn't see it and has no final approval. Is this Chainz a platinum artist?
Okay, Heather, you're scaring me right now, okay?
HB, now the big hot topic was fight night. This was last night, Jimmy Kimmel versus Kanye West. Now, we know that they had some beef. It all started with a skit. Then Kanye, he went on to Twitter. He started ranting, whatever. So he went on, he sat down. And the question that was in everyone's mind was, okay, was all of this a big-time sham, this beef? And this is what Kanye said.
Most people maybe even think this is some publicity stunt that you and I cooked up. But this isn't, right?
Yeah, I mean, everyone out there in TV world, real world, whatever world you stay in needs to know that I've never done a publicity stunt in my life. Anytime I went up and spoke my mind, whether it put my career in jeopardy or whatever someone so-called said, it was always what I thought was the truth, whether I'm like reading through a teleprompter or whatever I felt emotionally. I don't follow like rules of like, normal celebrity or what their publicist tells them to say or anything. So I don't do publicity stunts, period. So, don't ever think that.
Yeah, me neither, guys.
yeah, me neither. Neither do I. Do publicity. It's Kanye. He's been over the seas, he's established like a UK vernacular in a sense, or something. That's Kanye. What, you couldn't recognize his voice?
I thought it was 2 white people talking.
Oh, come on, Heather. Because he's speaking proper English.
Not proper English. It's just very ladylike. What is that?
You know what? We're going to talk more about Kanye and some of the recent interviews he's done, and even this thing with Jimmy Kimmel later on in the show.
Yeah.
But right now, man, we got an internationally known DJ with us, coming straight out of Australia. Anna Leno is here. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you today?
Doing well. Pleasure to meet you. Now, where do you reside now?
I'm living in California.
Oh, man, you're a Cali girl. You're throwing up the W. What part of Cali are you in?
I'm in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Yeah. What part of L.A.?
In the east side.
Okay, so you're living in East L.A.?
Yeah.
Chola. How's it going? ¿Qué pasa?
Actually, maybe I got it wrong. It's like an Eagle Rock area. What area is that? I thought it was the east, but maybe it's wrong.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
How did a young lady like yourself get into DJing from Australia?
Oh, kind of in a roundabout way. I had a radio show on community radio in Australia, and I used to play a lot of dance music, and I started DJing from there, and yeah.
And then you start making music yourself?
Yes.
You do production as well, right?
I produce and sing as well.
And sing?
Yes. So a lot of the songs that I'll play today is me on vocals.
Okay, and that Mark Echo was just talking about branding yourself.
He did.
Right? Okay,
Yes.
so that goes along in terms of the conversation we've been talking about. Anna Luno, I'm saying that correctly?
Pretty much, yeah. Anna Luno.
Luno.
Yeah.
Luno. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. This is our guest DJ for today, Sway in the Morning, Shade 4-5.
Talk to me, oh, said I want you, baby.
No. I'm auditioning for Anna right now. Let's make it work. Oh, you can sample that right there. Let's make it work. Boom, boom, boom. Let's make it work. Boom, boom. No?
Tim Gunn says that, Sway, from Project Runway.
Oh, he says it already?
Let's make it work.
All right. Time to rumble. Boom, boom. So it's time to rumble.
Oh, let's get ready to rumble. You just doing a remix?
Yeah. It's showtime. Boom, boom.
At the Apollo?
Damn. Okay. I got to come up with my own thing, right?
Yeah. Shake your asshole. Remember?
And let's all get down. Oh, shake your asshole. That's
that
my thing, right?
Thing,
okay.
Yeah.
Shake your asshole. Boom, boom. So shake your asshole.
Yeah.
Boom. Let's all get down. Can you do something with that, Anna?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it's a hit already. I don't think you need me.
Yeah, okay, all right, there it is. Wait a minute. What do you mean by that? No, I'm just joking. She's trying not to affiliate herself with me. Anna Luno from Australia. Twitter address is at Anna Luno, ANNALUNOE, correct?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed your set.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. It's my pleasure to come and play for you guys.
Yeah, that was great. You're not just playing for us. This is a global broadcast here, so a
Cool.
lot of people called in and really enjoyed your set.
Lovely.
What's up with your music? When are you releasing music?
The single that I just played during the set was called Breathe, and that's just released now on Fool's
Okay.
Gold and Ultra Records. So that's out in the marketplace now, and you can get it on iTunes and Beatport. And we've got more stuff coming out December, January, EP dropping. It's all happening.
That's what's up. I like that. She's from Australia.
Yes.
And I heard they love black men from America and Australia.
Aussie. Hey,
right?
Yeah.
It's true, right?
It's very true.
Yeah, see? So I got to get down to Australia. All right?
Down under.
Plus, I want to go scuba diving at the reef.
Beautiful fish.
Yeah.
Colorful fish.
You've never done that, huh?
I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
great.
amazing.
Okay.
They have fish that change gender. It's really wild.
That's crazy, right? Right.
Crazy down there.
Whoa.
And I studied marsupials as a child, and I know, that's the marsupial haven, right?
Yep. Platypus. That's a marsupial, right?
Yeah. Isn't it?
I don't
No, the
know.
platypus. No, I don't know if the platypus. Well, anyway. What, Heather?
They change genders from like penises to vaginas?
Yeah. The fish change gender.
Like before your very eyes?
Not before your very eyes, but over season to season. I can't believe I'm talking about this on the Of all the things that I could have discussed, I'm talking about transgender fish.
Why not?
You better work.
What if a person could do that, Tracy? How would you?
Oh my God, I'd actually enjoy that.
I know.
As long
That's
as I
why-
can switch back.
You see how we brought it back to here? Okay. Anna, thank you for coming through.
Thank you so much
I
for having
appreciate
me.
it. Come back anytime.
My pleasure.
You guys reach out to her. We got Vanilla Ice up next. You never believe what's next in his career. Sway in the Morning.
You better believe it. I'm going Amish.
Vanilla Ice Goes Amish is kind of the Vanilla Ice project with my design, style, and everything. Comes in and meets this awesome Amish building crew and kind of marinate with them and learn their ways and then give them a little bit of my ideas on my end.
I was apprehensive about the mantle, especially beating something with chains.
Look at that thing. Came out nice, huh?
Unverständlich.
Unverständlich. What's that mean?
Unbelievable.
There it is, man. That's an excerpt from the show Vanilla Ice Goes Amish, which is premiering this Saturday on the DIY network at 10 p.m. Eastern. DIY stands for do it yourself, right?
That's it, man.
Yeah, DIY, right?
DIY, baby.
We got the big DIY movement in hip hop too. Everybody's doing it independently.
Yeah.
And first of all, welcome back to the show. Vanilla Ice is
Thanks,
here.
man. Good to be here, brother. Good to be here.
Last time he was here, we had a really great, what I felt at least, was a great conversation about music.
It was.
And your music career and all the things you had endured as an artist, as a person, as a man. And we covered that. And people could find that on Sway's Universe on our YouTube channel if you want to find out about what went on in the past. But now it's 2013. You have since reinvented yourself. We got Heather B and Vanilla Ice here. And let me show you the similarities.
This sounds like an ice cream sundae.
I want to see this myself.
Me too.
Where we going with this?
Well, when you did the VH1 Surreal Life, first time a show like that had really aired, where you had the celebrities come and live in a home all together. And since then, man, it's just been 1.5 million reality shows that have tried to kind of imitate the formula that was used then. Mm-hmm. So you were a first in reality shows, right?
Yeah.
Okay, in that regard.
Yeah.
Heather B was the first African American reality TV star when she did Real World. So you guys are reality show first. Man, hug. Y'all should hug.
Champions.
All right.
That's the hug of champions.
Yeah, take your tongue in your mouth, bro. That was
hey,
hard.
now.
Okay. Now,
not that friendly.
Now, here's another first. Vanilla Ice went into the Amish community. Where exactly did you go?
Berlin, Ohio.
Wow.
Berlin, Ohio.
Berlin?
Man, it's like buggy traffic out there, bro.
Really?
150,000 Amish folks there.
150,000 buggies, meaning like
everywhere. Those Amish buggies. Yep. Everywhere you look, man, smelling like apple pie.
And you went and you went there to do construction.
Yep.
With your construction company.
That's right.
And you were at a disadvantage because they don't use power, right? Or how does that work?
They don't use power. They don't have electricity. They don't even have mirrors in their house. And I had to live 2 months with the Amish and try to, do without all the luxuries of life. Like everybody always wonders, like, I don't know how I could live without my iPhone or whatever, you know. Set it all down and try to live that way. First couple of weeks is very hard. You're wondering how many tweets you got, piling up and emails and everything, and you feel disconnected. After that, it wears off and it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. And then you get in where you fit in, man. I had to prove myself to them. So I did the chores. I'm shoveling pig manure and everything and proving myself, and they started warming up to me. And then we started doing the construction, and they saw that I really know what I'm doing, and, blood, sweat, and tears. And they started warming up to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you guys do for fun? Man, they have a lot of fun. They sit on the front porch, tell great jokes, and interact with each other. You see a bunch of people who are bored in a room. They're all looking down at their phone, trying to, communicate with something, but they don't ever really interact. The Amish always interact.
They're always communicating.
Always communicating.
Okay, Vanilla Ice is here. If you want any questions about, home improvement, construction, because I got a few. And then also I want to find out, since you were so immersed in the Amish community, how does sex work? Call us, 888-742-3345. I always wanted to know about that, because they got some banging-ass Amish girls, right?
Inquiring minds want to know, bro. Hey.
Yep, Sway in the morning, Scarface, legend right here. Speaking of legends, we got Vanilla Ice hanging out with us.
Yeah.
He has a new show, Vanilla Ice Goes Amish, premiering this Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern on the DIY Network. And you hung out with the Amish community for 2 months. I watched the Amish Mafia show.
Yeah.
I watched this stuff because Amish people have been able to preserve tradition and their culture for years. I'm not even sure when it all started.
Yeah.
And it's one of the most, we don't know anything about it.
And the truth is I watched the Amish Mafia thing, and I went out there and I got out there late. So when the sun went down, man, it was pitch dark. Every house looked haunted. They don't have electricity, so it's dark, except for the lights on the rental car, And I was thinking, Amish Mafia, what's going to happen out here, And they're kind of scary in the black buggies and stuff. But, they're sweet people, man. And they have protected their way for a long... They don't even have zippers.
They don't have zippers?
They only use buttons, and they got this flap.
What did you learn? Like, what is this all about? Are they trying to live like they lived in the Old Testament? Or what is that about?
I asked them, I was like, why not a zipper? It'd be so much easier to, take a leak. And they're just like, well, we're not really allowed to ask why. But the truth is that that's part of the reason that we have held on to our heritage in this look that we have, because we don't change anything. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, they say. So they're country folk. They farm and everything, but they like to comply. They like to be a part of that church and have all the neighbors looking at them and the same, everybody, the women, they got money, by the way. They sit on natural gas out there, and they can't spend it. They can't buy a flat screen TV. They can't get a car. They can't get, the women wear the same clothes, same shoes every day.
Do they use deodorant?
No.
Oh.
It don't matter because, listen, it don't matter because you won't smell it over all the horse manure.
Oh.
It's farm country.
So if you were to go down on a woman.
Oh, my gosh. Is that even allowed?
don't hold back.
You saying it's going to smell like horse manure?
No, you said that now.
No, Vanilla Ice, you said that.
Hey, I said the whole place, everywhere you go, it's in the air. It smells like horse manure and just farm country, you know. So you won't smell the BO going on.
What about like with showering? Do they go down to the river? How does that work?
They shower once a week.
Okay.
Once a week. And, sometimes they got to go turn on some kind of a solar-powered pump or do it like this. It's, because there's no electricity. There's no way to really, flow the water.
Well, you lived with them for 2 months.
Yeah.
So does that mean you only took 8 showers in that 2 months?
Yeah, I went rogue, man. I wasn't smelling any better than them when I was out there. But that's how you get in where you fit in. You want to really live the lifestyle, you got to walk the shoes. I mean, how good are you going to smell if you go shovel pig shit?
Okay, but look, when you go, speaking of shit, when you go to the bathroom, how do you wipe your ass?
You want to know that?
Yeah, it's a small...
There's leaves, there's everything, but no, I'm kidding, man. Listen,
they got toilet tissue?
Yeah, they got toilets. They got flowing water. It'll flush. They if you put water up like higher than the elevation, it has pressure, so they'll do the water tower thing or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And it'll flow through. They can use some conveniences like the toilet and stuff, but no mirrors, man.
No mirrors.
No mirrors. No electricity. No plugs. No outlets anywhere to plug in.
How do they cook? Just
propane. They sit on propane, so they use propane. They got propane chandeliers and lights, and refrigerator runs on propane. All the appliances. So they use propane to cook, man.
What about illnesses? How do they take care of their illnesses?
Well, big misconception is that they don't pay taxes. Well, they do pay taxes.
Okay.
And they don't pay Social Security. And the reason is because they take care of themselves. And if they need to go to the dentist or something, they'll all pitch in and help out. Just like barn raising. They all pitch in. And their old people don't need to go to no old folks home because they're always taking care of them. They're real sweet people. They got it down. Their whole meaning behind everything they do is to promote interaction with family and friends.
So where does incest come in? Because it's that big rumor that there's a lot of cousins because there's one community sleeping with cousins.
Hey, this is America. We all seen Jerry Springer. West Virginia, I know in the mountains that goes on.
You've been in the mountains. Haven't you wanted to ask something
So do they have any black friends?
Yeah, they just sure do. They do. They got no problem with that. They're fine with that. They're Americans. They know who LeBron is. They're big fans until he left Ohio. And I said, too bad for you, good for me, because he's in Miami now. But, they were.
So they knew who you were.
They knew. I was wondering if they knew. And they know. And here's the loophole. I figured it out because it took me a while. Mennonite. Mennonite is a form of Amish, right? They're encouraged to have like at least 10 or more kids per family with the hopes that maybe 1 or 2 will come back to be an Amish. And the truth is that in TVs, how do you know everything that's going on? And they go get in the buggy and drive a mile down the road, go to their Mennonite son or daughter's house and watch TV there and have all the luxuries.
So they're cheating.
Yeah, kind of. It's a loophole. It's a loophole.
It's a loopy doopy. Okay, look, Vanilla Ice is hanging out. He hung out with the Amish community. The show is Vanilla Ice Goes Amish, premiering Saturday on the DIY channel, 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm opening up the phone lines for you, man.
Cool,
a lot of callers here to call, and I want to ask you about actually doing construction.
Yeah.
All right? It's Sway in the Morning, Shade 4-5. Vanilla Ice is joining us right now. Like that DMX, bro.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
I played that for you, man.
I love it.
All right. 26 minutes into the hour. We're talking about this show, Vanilla Ice Goes Amish, right?
Mm-hmm.
10 p.m. DIY Network this Saturday. It just, when I read about it, I thought this must be the most interesting thing to ever watch. Vanilla Ice is going to live in an Amish community and build with them. And you just gave us some fascinating insight about that Amish community. Why did you choose to do this?
Man, it was just a crazy idea, right? I just threw it at the network and I was like, they're like, what would you like to do? I said, man, I'd like to kind of see how the Amish build things because I've always heard about it. I know they make furniture. Everybody knows that. But they make, they build non-Amish homes and the Clarion hotels, they build those and, they do a lot of construction. So I wanted to kind of, get there and intern with them.
Oh, so you kind of interned.
Yeah.
But as a process, you had to work in the fields. You had to toil the fields.
Exactly.
And get up at the sound of a rooster every morning.
Because, to get approval from them, we didn't even know where this is going to go,
Yeah.
It was like a freestyle because you can't email them, you can't fax them, you can't do anything. You got to drive out there to even ask a question. And then it can't just be the end of the question. It's got to be approved by the bishop and the whole community. And they actually went to their Mennonite families and Googled me to make sure that, because they don't like the Amish Mafia thing. It tarnishes their name.
Yeah.
They say they just call 911. So, they're like, we're not about that. We're peaceful people. And Amish drive buggies, not Cadillacs. So I was like, oh, okay, because I had to ask that question.
So is that fake? Is the Amish Mafia kind of...
I'm not saying that, but, the Amish folks seem to say that we don't have no mafia out there. And we just call 911, they said. But there's some unique people, man, and I had a hell of experience out there, but you do have to have everything approved by a whole community, man, and the neighbors are always watching, and they have to tell. Like, if they see you on a cell phone, they'll have to tell the bishop on you, or they get in trouble.
What did the old elders say to you when you first got there? What was the do's and don'ts?
There was a lot of them, and but they were like, "You're not Amish." I mean, we can tell. We got the earrings and the tattoos and everything, but if you're going to really walk in our shoes, this is how we do it. You choose, and when I gave them that respect by getting out there, showing them that there's no shame in my game, and I'll shovel that pig manure, and I'll get out there and feed the animals. I'll wake up with you, and I'll show up on time. You
did it every day.
I did it every day, man. I didn't miss a beat.
With a stanky ass because you couldn't shower.
You got to make it happen.
Y'all
Captain.
worked in the fields and only showered once a week.
That's it. Go grunge, man. It was dirty, but sometimes you got to ride dirty.
Did you bang out an Amish chick when you was out there?
Oh man, I'm married. I don't do that.
Oh, okay, my bad. I'm sorry,
it's all gravy, bro.
Sorry,
it's all
man.
gravy,
I apologize
man.
for that, man.
No worries.
All right. If you weren't married, would you be able to?
Man, I mean, would you be able to?
Like, how does the sex rules work?
If they have 10 per family, it is able to. I mean, it is possible. Right. I mean, they are male and female, but I didn't see any like hot women or anything like that because they're all dressed the same and they look like little grannies. They got these little glasses and they all wear these dresses that go all the way down. None of them really went into a bathroom and changed and came out, like Superwoman or nothing. So
nobody gave you the eye.
It wasn't like that out there. It was a little different.
Okay.
But speaking about all these women, I know that they still get their menstruation cycles. So are they allowed to have tampons, or they go pick their own cotton and create their own pads? Like, how does this happen?
Man, that's a great question, and I damn sure didn't ask it.
Okay, so you didn't see any trails of blood or anything like that?
Man.
I gotta know.
Oh, Tracy.
No trail of the blood.
We got Yolanda on the line. Yolanda.
I seen some blood out of a cow. Yeah, I had to they gave birth to this cow, and they wrapped this chain around this calf that was it was stuck. Geez. Like the head came out and it was stuck right there, right? And they're like, "Okay, Ice, get in there." I'm like, "What?" I'm from Miami, homie. What? So I go up in there and they wrap this chain around his neck. I'm like, "That's gonna hurt, man." And then another one grabbed here and I grabbed here and we just yanked this thing out, man. Yeah. Everything came out. I don't want to gross you too much, but it was pretty gross for somebody from Miami who never seen anything like that. But at the end, it was this beautiful calf, and I got goosebumps. It was pretty cool.
Did they name the calf after you?
Yeah, Ice Baby. That's Baby Ice.
Baby Ice. All right, we got Yolanda on the line with us. Yolanda, good morning. How are you?
Hey, Yolanda.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. You ever live in an Amish community?
Nah, I haven't, but no, man. Hey, I'm a truck driver, right?
Yeah.
And I've been driving for 14 years. And I went to an Amish forum 2 weeks ago, picked up some pumpkins. Yo, those dudes, listen, I never been loaded as fast as those people loaded me up. They don't have no lights or nothing. They have little flashlights on their heads. The women go into the warehouse. They loaded my truck up with a pallet jack in 15 minutes, dude. I never seen nothing like that in my life in the 14 years that I've been driving trucks.
Wow.
They do things quickly and differently, You think that it goes slower because they're using no power tools while they're on the farm and stuff. But, man, they can build a barn, and we built a barn raising. This is like a big festival for them. And, I mean, the women are cooking this feast, and, there's 100 Amish guys show up in 2 days, built a barn from dirt.
From dirt.
A big barn, a huge barn. And the women, it's like a big picnic, and they're walking by while all the men are working, just smelling apple pie everywhere. They love that Dutch apple pie, you know. And all the people are like the teenagers and stuff. They're all out there like a social gathering. It's a big event for them. It's like a big carnival.
Wow, man, that's it.
Got some ride or die chicks. You loaded pumpkins for your boo?
If you ever get a chance, pumpkins. What you gonna do with all them pumpkins?
Exactly.
We got Hope on the line from South Carolina. What's up, Hope? Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good. How are y'all?
Doing okay.
Good morning.
Say hello to Vanilla Ice.
Hey.
Hello. First of all, I want to say I watched your other show on DIY.
Yeah.
And this is how much I love you. I won't watch anything unless it's in HD. And DirecTV doesn't have that channel in HD, but I watch your show.
Wow.
Well, we got the DIY in high def, folks. For those people who want to see it in high def, it is there.
That's a TV snob for you. What's your question, though, Hope?
I am renting a home, and I would like to do some landscaping, but I don't want to do too much because I'm renting. So I wanted to get some, inexpensive ideas from you.
Absolutely. Depends on what part of the country you're in, if you're in Florida, where you at?
South Carolina.
Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, okay. Well, you can't grow many palm trees there. But if you look at some designs and stuff online, you get some good ideas on how to do a master landscape design. And in Florida, we're green year round. We got palm trees. We got a lot of things to choose from. But you got to strategically place things in the right area with sunlight and everything. So if you don't, you can lose a lot of money in shrubbery. It'll die quickly, especially in the winter.
That's from Vanilla Ice Show. He's doing it big.
Word to your
I
landscaping.
want to know, Vanilla Ice, you live with the Amish and you found out what it was like to live with the Amish and Bill. You want to live with me and find out what it's like to be a black female for a week and redo my house? You could do my bar over in my kitchen.
There
Just
you
find
go.
Out. I'll show you all the different hair pieces and shoe game. I'll get your shoe game up.
Man.
Come live with a black woman for a week. I got you.
There's the next series. You heard it right there. This is how things start, folks.
Vanilla
Just a
Ice
random idea.
Goes black.
And after that, I'm going Hasidic Jew.
All right.
And then Native American.
There it is, man. Don't discriminate, man. Man, thanks for coming by, man.
Hey, anytime,
all right?
brother. Anytime,
we'll
man. Thanks
be
for having
watching.
me.
Absolutely, man. That's Vanilla Ice, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you watch the show. Vanilla Ice goes Amish, 10 p.m. Saturday night, premiering on the DIY network. This conversation could have gone longer.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
I love talking with you, man.
Me too. I know you got to go, though. But I got to ask you some questions off mic, all right?
Bet.
All right.
Bet.
What we got next?
First aid.
With Kelly Kincaid, Sway in the Morning.
This program contains true stories of rescues.
It's First Aid with Kelly Kincaid.
Yep, 40 minutes into the hour. We do this weekly segment to help you guys improve the quality of life. Hey, man.
Hey.
We all work hard. All the citizens, you guys work hard. We party hard. We take care of our families. But we got to make sure we take care of ourselves.
That's right.
That's what First Aid with Kelly Kincaid is all about.
Good morning, everyone.
Kelly Kincaid.
How are you today?
I'm excited about the big party tomorrow.
Yes.
But that's another subject.
And we'll get to that later. Okay. But today, for First Aid, we want to talk about National Dental Hygiene Month. Every October, they talk about the National Association for Dental Hygienists Association want to improve the nation's oral health. So we brought back our chief dentist on our staff of Sway in the Morning. She's been with us several times.
Yes.
Had to bring her back for October to talk about National Dental Hygiene Month. Good morning, Dr. Catrice Dawson.
Good morning, Chief Dentist. That sounds like an important title. I like that.
Well, it was important. We deemed you that after you left last time and you showed us your tongue when you used the tongue dispenser.
The tongue cleaner.
The tongue cleaner. Yeah. That went platinum on the internet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I went platinum.
You went platinum.
Nice.
Your tongue did.
She is from Flint, so we do that, Flint girls.
Wow.
That's right.
Okay, I know it.
All right.
Well,
Dr. Austin, wanted to bring you back to talk about dental hygiene. Why is dental hygiene important?
Well, first of all, your smile is one of the first things that people will notice. Yeah. So just from an appearance standpoint, you have to look good. You buy the Gucci, you get the red bottoms, but then your smile is messed up.
Yeah. How's Sway smile?
No.
Actually,
Yeah, I'm embarrassed right now. That's my bottom row. I need fixing on my bottom row.
We talked about that.
Yeah. How is my smile?
Actually, you have a nice, clean smile. Have you whitened your teeth before? Because they look. I mean, actually,
no. I'll be honest. No, I have one time. Because I went to a dentist who insisted that I do it, but I never did it prior to that. So I don't know if it's in my genetics, but my whole family have clean teeth.
You look really good.
Thank you. You look okay.
Thank you. So smile. Yeah, smile.
All right, come on, man. Come on, Doc. Stay focused. All right.
Smile.
Second, it's important for your overall health. That bacteria that's in your mouth, that soft cookie plaque, is nothing but bacteria, and it travels not only in your mouth, but through your bloodstream, and it can attack your heart. You could have high blood pressure, and that it could cause more problems with that. Women out there, if you're pregnant and you have that bacteria in your mouth, it will affect your unborn baby. And there's a big link between diabetes and your oral health as well. And that's really affecting our community.
Diabetes?
Yeah, because when you have diabetes, you have a lot of sugar in your body. It deters your ability to heal. So if you have a gum infection, then your ability to heal with diabetes is just definitely hindered. So it's a big link between oral health and diabetes.
You know, I want to talk about breath because I'm around people a lot, all the time.
Yes.
And let's come back because there's 4 simple steps for people.
It's really easy.
Hygiene.
And let's talk about that because we're always in a room. We have a lot of guests here.
Right.
And we have a lot of people in the room at the same time. And where I'm sitting, I smell everyone's breath.
Yes.
And I usually go home with nausea. So we don't want that, all right? So 888-742-3345. You have any questions about oral hygiene, call us.
And now, more First Aid with Kelly Kincaid on Shade 45.
47 minutes into the hour, we're talking about oral hygiene.
Yes, and we have Dr. Catrice Austin here. And October is National Dental Hygiene Month. And we were talking about bad breath and the simple steps to getting our teeth in order and our oral health in order. Let's talk about it.
It's a real problem, and the problem is people are afraid to tell their loved ones, their friends, their coworkers that they have bad breath. And I think that we should be honest with people, because if you're a true friend, you should be able to say, hey, you have bad breath.
You know what? Fade the music there.
Oh, shoot.
How do you say it?
It's easy. I mean, if you're...
Say it to me if we're a co-worker. I'll go first.
Sway, I don't mean to hurt your feelings. I really care about you, but I think you should see a dentist. You have bad breath, and I don't want you to embarrass yourself. I think you should go get that taken care of.
That's fucked up, yo. Yeah. You know what I mean? Damn, man. Okay, but thank you for being honest. All right, but let's go around the room, Kelly. Who do you want to say it to?
That didn't come from a hurtful.
All y'all, all y'all breath stink. I'm tired of it. Make it happen.
Najee,
but I seriously.
Our videographer, Najee.
Yeah.
Do you brush every day, bro?
Of course I do.
Is that a problem? If do you brush? How many times do you brush a day?
Well, here's
lying.
Here's the thing. You can brush, but if you're not flossing and if it's turned into tartar, there's nothing you can do but come to see a dentist so we can remove the bacteria that's below the gums.
Okay.
So you can brush, you can floss. There's no breath mints. There's nothing that you could do to mask when there's bacteria hidden below the gums. So a professional cleaning will easily, in one visit, solve the problem.
Because that's my question. Because sometimes I've heard people say they brush and they have mouthwash, but I thought it was something internal.
Well, 90% of the time it's your oral hygiene. 10% of the time it comes from some type of stomach gastrointestinal disorder. But 90% of the time it's your oral hygiene. So
How often should people get their teeth cleaned?
You should get your teeth cleaned at least twice a year, every 6 months. But if you have advanced gum disease, then it should be every 3 to 4 months. And if you have insurance, they usually pay for 4 cleanings per year if you've been deemed to have advanced gum disease. So, and if you don't have insurance, I got a plan that I want to tell you guys about called Carrington. It's $17.95 a month. And the cleanings are literally $38, starting at $38. So it doesn't have to cost $1 million. Carrington Dental Supreme. So I'll give you my office number. I'll have people call, and we can sign you up. You get an instant ID number.
Do
and
it right now.
212-262-6054. Or go to my website at vipsmiles.com. No credit check. $17.95 a month or a flat $162 for the year. You get an instant ID number. It's a nationwide plan. You go to the website, find a dentist, and you can go today. If you take those steps, you can go today. Get your oral hygiene together because it is serious.
All right, Sharifa.
There is
all
no
right.
excuse.
So we got Johnny on the line from Kentucky. What would you like to say to Dr. Austin?
No, I just had a question.
Yeah.
I got a coworker, and his breath is like fire. And we tried everything. Like when we go to work in the morning, we'll pack of gum, we'll leave it on the desk just to see if he can grab it and chew on it.
And he's not biting, right?
And he does, but it sometimes makes it even worse.
Wow. So you may need to have the talk because the gum is only going to help for like 5 to 10 minutes and then it's going to be back to bad breath. So you may have to be really honest. And I know it hurts to say something that's sensitive like that, but if you're a real coworker and you don't want to smell that breath again, I say just do an anonymous note.
I was saying that. Get a card.
Do something anonymous and just let them know because I would want to know if my breath
just tell me. I always ask, is my breath stinking? You could just tell me.
Don't you really want to know?
I really want, because I don't want it to stink, and I also ask if I got like invaders in my nostrils or something like that. It's
good.
the same thing, right?
That's good.
Right? Jasmine is on the line from Boston. What's your question, Jasmine?
Hey, I have 2 quick questions. I'm a dental assistant. I just graduated from Everest, and the dentist that I work for, his breath is really, really bad.
Oh wow! Now, how do you tell your boss that his breath stinks? Now that's a tough one.
And he's a dentist.
Right. And
that might have to be one might have to be an anonymous note too. But you know what? And I can say sometimes as professionals we get busy in our lives and we don't take care of ourselves. So somebody may need to say, Doc, because he's talking to patients, telling them how they should have good oral health. So that might have to be a honest conversation or an anonymous note too. Because that's his business, and he could lose business.
Yeah, because I wouldn't trust him if his breath stinks. Right?
Exactly.
Jasmine, write him an anonymous note, okay?
I will.
Yeah, and write that note and then tell us how it turns out, okay?
Okay.
All right. You're welcome. You're a citizen too. Sway in the morning. One last question. Fabian is in Little Rock. This is really interesting question. Go ahead, Fabian.
Okay, how you guys doing this morning?
Good morning.
I broke one of my top molars on the right side of my mouth. It was from a cavity and it broke out. And then some of the tooth is still left inside of my gum.
Mm-hmm.
And so for some reason I was eating something real hard and it like hit that area and it hurt real bad. And ever since then, like there's a right back part of my head. It's like be throbbing a lot of times, especially like when I wake up because I'm a truck driver and when I'm driving and stuff, it just starts throbbing. It doesn't like it's not a consistent pain, but it's kind of sharp. It'll come in.
Are you in pain right now?
No, not right now. But it's just sporadically it does it, and it hurt real bad. And I was like, I'm wondering, is it possible that my tooth being broken could be causing?
The nerve may be dying or dead, and that's why you're getting that throbbing emergency kind of warning sign from your tooth. So you need to see a dentist, let them take an x-ray. They'll let you know if the tooth is alive or dead. If it could be saved, then the option is going to be root canal, which is taking out the dead nerve and replacing it with an artificial nerve, and then you could get a new filling and a cap to cover the tooth so you can keep the tooth. If it's not savable, then your dentist is going to recommend that you take the tooth out. So I would go to the dentist so you can get out of pain and see what your options are.
All right. Thank you, Fabian, for your call. One more time, if people want to get that health insurance plan, and, we can't endorse it, here at Shade 45, but people, you can at least go check it out for yourself to see it. How can they do it?
You can call 212-262-6054 or visit my website at vipsmiles.com. It's called Carrington Dental Supreme.
$17 a month.
$17.95 a month.
Oh,
you can afford that.
The
95.
The
95 counts.
Right.
But that is very affordable.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Austin.
Thank you, guys.
And how can people reach you on Twitter?
Twitter is at Dr. Catrice Austin, DRCAUT. Oh, Lord.
How you spell your name?
Hey, Dr. Catrice Austin, DRCAUSTIN.
Yes, and I'll put it up on
Thank you
Universe,
so much.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right.
I can do teeth, but I can't spell my name this morning.
I saw that. Interesting. Interesting. Your spelling stinks.
Ooh,
See, I said it. I did it. Dr. Austin, Your spelling stinks. See, you can do it. You can do it.
You know what? Dr. Catrice Austin.
There it is.
At
All right.
Dr. Catrice
Okay,
Austin.
up next, we're going to talk about this big party we're brewing tomorrow in Atlantic City. We got some new details, right?
Yes.
And we're going to be talking about Kanye West. Something really interesting happened last night.
Oh, I saw
with
that.
Tracy G. You saw it?
Oh, yeah.
Was it crazy?
It turned up.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that next way in the morning.
Tell them that I...
Yep, that was Necessary right there on that promo. Necessary's a rapper out of Florida. She's coming by here tomorrow. That's who you just heard.
Dope.
And if you, as an artist, want to find a way to get your music played and maybe we can't get your song in rotation, you can always make a promo for Sway in the Morning, incorporate everything in it, all the people that you hear, what you like, things that you've seen. Be visionaries, talk about things you would like to, whatever. Make a promo 2 to 3 minutes long. You can send it to us at swayinthemorning@gmail.com, and that's a good way to get your voice heard. All right?
It sure is.
Now, today is our very own superstar Torch's birthday. Torch, man, get on the mic, bro. Just want to say happy birthday to you, bro. And how you celebrating? You're going to celebrate tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm celebrating AC.
AC. He's coming to Atlantic City with us. Show will be down there tomorrow at Harrah's Pool after dark party.
Yeah.
DJ Wonder is going to be DJing. We got a twerk competition. Did we close the list?
Today at 7.
Today at 7 p.m. we're closing the list. Here's the thing. If you're in the surrounding area...
Some type of way.
Turn up.
If you're in the surrounding area, just send first and last names. If you don't send, like Kelly was telling me, Lil Mo sent an email. Big Rob +2. Lil Mo +3. Hey, idiot. Who the hell is Lil Mo?
My cousin.
Whatever name is on your ID is what you put on that list.
Because they're going to check for ID. You have to be 21 and over.
And if your name ain't Lil Mo on your ID, then you're not getting in.
If mama name him Mo, I'm going to call him Mo.
First and last names, you can't put +1s. It's not going to work. You will be embarrassed at that door because you won't get in. And I'm not coming out to get you.
Me neither.
We're partying.
And Sway.
Yes.
If you don't receive a confirmation email, you're not getting in. So look out for that confirmation email. But list is closed today at 7 p.m. First and last names, no nicknames, no pluses.
Now, if you want to get on the list, that's partywithsway@gmail.com. Yeah. The reason why I brought this up, because we got hundreds of people. Did we reach 1,000 yet?
Yeah.
We're close to 1,000 people on the guest
Wow.
list. And, man, you know how hard it is to get this company to allow us to let you guys, or anybody in for free for that matter. It's a casino.
1,000 people.
They
for
not
free?
into giving away money. They into taking money.
That's right.
And so I want everybody to come in and have a good time. We're going to party together. Just make sure you take care of yourself and put your first and last name. No pluses. Put your friend's first and last name.
Make sure you bring that ID, too. They are really, really tight at the door.
Don't ask me to get you in. I'm just not doing it, man. That's my story.
And I'm sticking to it.
Kanye West is in the news again. And people have been talking about this interview he did with Jimmy Kimmel. And it's a few things that he said in it. Tracy, I know you watched it, right?
Absolutely. And one of those things that got everyone in an uproar was this grand title that he gave himself.
And we're going to talk about what that title is up next. And I want to find out how y'all feel about it. Sway in the Morning, Shade 45. Sway in the Morning. Why do I say that? Yeah, Shade 45, man. You know, Kanye West. And the topic of conversation. Again. Jimmy Kimmel and Kanye were feuding to the point where we did an interview with Rick Ross with MTV and asked him what he felt about it. And Rick Ross was like, then basically, just let me show you how rappers be cutting their own necks off sometimes, defending other rappers. Rick Ross had never saw the clip that they were talking about, but he was just riding for Kanye. Like, fuck him, Jimmy. He ain't friends of ours no more. I love Rick Ross, by the way.
Right,
I'm a fan of his. I like his stuff. But he went off the deep end. This isn't about him, though, because Jimmy did a skit, right?
Yep.
Did a parody about Kanye.
Yeah, about Kanye's interview. Now, I saw it and I was entertained. I didn't really see anything crazy. But if you're Kanye West and you say anything that slightly dents his ego, he's probably going to go on Twitter and start airing some stuff out.
And that's what he did.
Yes.
So, a lot of artists went in defense of Kanye because a comedian did a parody about him. That's what comedians do.
Yeah.
They're comedians. And so, as a result, Kanye and Jimmy are now great friends.
I told you. I told you.
Because at the end of the day, they sat down and spoke together.
Because it was great television.
Great television. But now, those who defended that,
Jimmy don't want to talk to them.
Kanye ain't going to talk to them.
Jimmy don't want to talk to you.
Jimmy. What was some of the most polarizing things that were said, in your opinion, Tracy?
Oh, my goodness. There are so many damn quotes, layers on layers on quotes. So first he was saying that it was not a publicity stunt. Him going on Twitter, basically being like an Amanda Bynes and attacking Jimmy. He was also saying for anyone that looks at him as like soft, all this little artsy-fartsy dude, to remember that he's still got some Chicago in him. So I don't know what that means, if it's going to be violent, but he said there's going to be consequences if you come at him. But this is the quote that everyone was talking about. Kanye, he's not really on the humble side, so he kind of makes people feel uncomfortable when he puffs out his chest and whatnot. And I think him calling himself this title is the craziest quote yet.
For me, I'm a creative genius, and there's no other way to word it. I know you're not supposed to say that about yourself, and I say things the wrong way a lot of times, but my intention is always positive.
He's a creative genius.
For me, I'm a creative genius.
I'm just so fascinated by his voice. What happened?
For me, I'm a creative genius, and there's no other way to word it.
I've heard Jay-Z call him a genius. I've heard many people call him a genius. I've heard people call him a genius.
Okay.
I very seldom have heard a person who is considered to be a genius call themselves a genius. But that's humility and humbleness, perhaps. In his defense, he'll say, well, what's untrue about it?
Yeah.
Did it rub you the wrong way?
No, I think it's fine. And I feel like when Kanye passes off into like the next life, everyone is going to be okay with all of these quotes. And the thing is that it makes people feel uncomfortable when they're not at that level. And they're like, oh, why you got to do that? It's kind of like you're rubbing it in their face that they're not a creative genius. But it is what it is, man. It's been said for so long. He's proven it over time. So I'm fine with it.
Okay, when I think of genius, I think of like Stevie Wonder. I think of Prince. I think of Michael Jackson. That's what I think of when I think of like genius. Steve Jobs. Like I think of like geniuses. I think Kanye. I was about to call him Kanye. I don't know what I was about to Kiki. I think when he's really great at creating this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was genius of him to pick a fight with Jimmy Kimmel and sit on his couch, and now they're best buddies and Jimmy will be playing him forever. It's genius of him to pick a fight with the fashion world. Now everybody's looking at but genius musically, how many albums?
5, 6, 5.
6 is not a lot.
Yeah.
5 is not a lot. When you're talking about Stevie Wonder and people who've put out albums for 30 years and 40, Quincy Jones is a genius. A genius? I mean, we should think that of ourselves, but oh my.
It's interesting. I mean, I'm open to phone lines. I want to get the citizens' feedback. What do you think of that comment? And we'll keep chiming in. 888-742-3345. This song was genius.
For me, I'm a creative genius, and there's no other way to word it. I know you're not supposed to say that about yourself, and I say things the wrong way a lot of times, but my intention is always positive.
That's Kanye West on Jimmy Kimmel last night, 21 minutes into the hour. A lot of people have been talking about that conversation, and rightfully so. I'm always interested in what Kanye has to say. And so a lot of people were polarized by that statement, him calling himself a genius. But Jay-Z calls him a genius. There's other people who have done genius things, perhaps, that refer to him as a genius. So looking at the definition of genius, Heather, Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
A genius is a person who displays exceptional intellectual ability, creativity, or originality, typically to a degree that is associated with the achievement of unprecedented insight. Other than that, there's no scientifically precise definition of genius. It's always been a long subject of debate. The subject is, the term is used in various ways. And if by that definition, a person who displays exceptional intellectual ability, creativity, or originality, you gotta say.
And he called himself a creative genius. Okay, so with people coming out and saying that they helped him write some lyrics and things like that, does that still count?
Creatively, yeah, because he took, it's like creating a jigsaw puzzle, right? And until you get every piece coordinated, the puzzle is never complete, or creating a quilt. He was able to oversee all of that creative process, and give it body.
By himself.
I mean, some people wrote pieces of lyrics, King L, Consequence, Sci-Hi, a lot of different people wrote on many of his projects, but alone, they couldn't have made those projects. Perhaps alone, he couldn't have made the projects, but the genius is having a vision to put all that together.
A creative genius.
Creative genius.
Okay.
Who's buying that?
I'm with it.
You with that? Wonder. You press the button. So just tell me, are you buying that or not?
Nah, it's far too premature.
It's too premature, so you think it's too soon to tell. Okay, we're going to go to the phone lines. We got Joe in Chicago. What do you think?
Hey, what up, Joe?
Joe, it's Joe.
Hey, Joe, what up?
Joe.
All right. Hey, good. Hey, first and foremost, my first time ever talking to you. And Heather B., I mean, both of you guys, I listen to you daily. So, and Sway, I followed you since I was maybe in 6th grade, and I'm 26 years old now. So, I do actually, as a Detroit native, I actually want to agree with Kanye. And the reason for that, you said it, that you almost can decipher genius into 3 different statistical categories. And, if you don't want to give it to him for the, the creative side, because of, obviously the affiliation with others to create projects, you can definitely say he's original.
Yeah.
And you look into, I mentioned the Detroit thing, Jay Dilla, in my opinion, his beats to this day are almost, untouchable. And what did Kanye do? He was an understudy of his. Mm-hmm. And obviously that's how he came up. So, to look at, the body of work that he's done, and, you look at other artists. I listened to a conversation with Pusha T, and he said, he would send Kanye what he considered his final project, and Kanye would put his finishing touches on it, in some cases change nearly 2/4, or nearly half to 3/4 of the actual thing, and make it into a masterpiece.
Yeah.
So, I am absolutely buying it, and obviously he's got a body of work that supports it. So,
all right. Yeah,
and lastly,
well, I can't get to lastly, Joe, but I want to thank you. You're a citizen.
A Sway in the morning.
Because I want to get to Gina, who's in Maryland. What did you want to say on this, Gina? With Kanye West being a genius.
Hey, Gina, good morning.
What's your comment?
Good morning, guys. My comment is that I will not deny the man is good. He is definitely a creative genius. However, I need him to stop blowing himself. I need him to give a chance for somebody else to blow him. Like, it just needs to stop. Like, if you're that good, you don't need to proclaim it from the mountaintops. People see it.
Yeah.
And again, there's no denying it. The man is good. And as the previous caller said, there's a body of work that no one can deny. But shut up. Shut the hell up, please.
Gina, you're a citizen.
A Sway in the morning. I love her.
Have a good day. Bob, what do you feel about this? He's in the Midwest. Bob.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Bob.
I'm from Detroit.
Okay.
Look, I think excuse me, y'all. I think it's so full of shit, and I don't think he's the great. I don't think he's a genius. He's so full of shit of himself, and I don't understand why everybody think he's, or quote, agreeing with him. And then he sounded like a straight-up bitch on that interview. He changed his whole swag about him as who he really is.
Me, I'm a creative genius. And
All right.
so fake on that. And as far as being in the hood, you can't even come to the hood. We revoked his hood pass. He sounds like a straight up bitch.
Okay, Bob. Hey, Bob, you too are a citizen.
A Sway in the morning.
You know, it's just that's what we said. It's polarizing. Like on one flip side, you had Joe who said he's a genius. The other side, Bob said he's a bitch.
Gina said, you know, you can't deny his body of work, but let somebody else blow your horn.
Yeah, I do think creatively that dude he's done some genius things in my opinion, and he's shaped and pushed this culture. Y'all forget, man, when Kanye was out, it wasn't cool to have on that tight stuff and wear pink. You know,
it's still not.
Yeah. What? I'm wearing pink tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
You know, it was a whole different era of music, and he was able to kind of change the mentality of how people were approaching music. Mm-hmm. You know, so he moved the whole culture. You know, and if you listen to all of these rappers nowadays, that whole brash, pompous kind of demeanor that it appears that Kanye has, to be so vocal and outspoken and about any and everything.
Right.
That's how all these dudes try to sound now. You know, they're so introspective and got all these, you know, opinions on shit they probably never even thought of. At least I give him credit for you know, these are some of these things. I've sat and interviewed him a few times. He processes these things in his head and he thinks, you know, he's thought of.
Very interesting topics. Wait, Biggie is a genius with 2 albums. Kanye's a genius with 6 albums. Tight pants on one end is genius. Tim's and Kangols and Baggy is genius. I'm just analyzing the information that's been told to me today. Gotta be ready to die for this shit, son. That's what I'm saying,
Celebrity
son.
Wife,
Genius.
Leave your comments. We'll take more of your calls. 888-742-3345. I want to hear from you guys. Celebrity Wire is up next.
Yup, and Chad Ochocinco got caught doing something to Evelyn Lozada.
Shade 45.
You's a genius, man. Pure, unadulterated, man. Would you please shut the fuck up before you have a seizure?
Reporting on the latest celebrity news, scandals, and occasional sex tape. It's the Celebrity Wire on Sway in the Morning.
All right, 37 minutes into the hour. Tracy G, what you got?
It is time for Wonder and HB's favorite topic. This is the Illuminati, and so many people are fascinated with the secret society where supposedly you sell your soul. In exchange, the devil gives you all of this fame. So people think that Jay-Z is a part of it, Kanye, Rihanna, and somehow 2 Chainz, he involved himself in the conversation. I haven't heard anyone mention that 2 Chainz is a part of Illuminati. He says so, but he was doing an interview and he was talking about music videos because we see a lot of Illuminati symbols that are perceived. And when he was doing this interview, he said that it's not the artists that are throwing in all the symbolism. It's actually the directors, and they're doing it to increase views.
Yeah, I did an interview, and then they edited. If you it's not up, but if you looked at it, like people in our profession could tell that it was cut, like boom, and it was like boom, somebody laughed, and it was like it was just, I couldn't believe it was done. And the dude know who it is. He was trying to get me some, he was trying to holler at me on the red carpet with VMAs. He was smiling, thought it was over with, but you know, you can't play with certain things. And
oh, so he's saying the dude added it, and perhaps in the end without his knowledge.
Is that what he's saying?
I think that's what he's alluding to.
That's full of shit. Listen, let me tell you something. Directors sign contracts. Artists have to approve their videos. Who put the video out without approval? I don't understand that. Like, that makes no sense to me unless that I'm just not understanding what he's saying. Maybe I don't understand this way.
I mean, I think he's saying that the director added in a graphic or something, a scene without his knowledge.
And he had no say-so over the final approval?
Well, he probably did, but then it appears that the person went against his say-so without his knowledge and incorporated that into the video.
And the label just put it out anyway.
That's what it appears to be. Yeah, that's what he's alluding to say.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, maybe that's what happened. Why you got to lie about? Because you could find out the guy, whoever shot the director, whoever shot the video, eventually is probably going to respond. If he didn't do that, then I'm sure he's going to respond.
Or get sued. Like you can sue someone for doing something like that at the level that this is not some okie doke. 2 Chainz, come on, Sway. He's approving his videos.
Yeah.
His manager, they're approving his videos. He didn't see it. He didn't know.
Well, she said he didn't know. That's what I didn't do the interview. But I think that's what he's alluding to.
Wow.
But you know what? I tell you, he mentioned that VMA red carpet, and we had a great time that day, man. 2 Chainz and I. We hung out the whole night. It was great.
Good for
you
you,
didn't care. Y'all
Sway.
didn't care about that, huh? All right. I was kind of stunned on y'all a little bit.
So moving on to the business of Chad Ochocinco, I need someone to hip this man to the art of detachment. Now, we know Chad from being huge in the NFL. Then all of that actually got lost because he used to be married to Evelyn Lozada. Then we know all of that happened with the headbutting incident and their marriage that ended up ending. So Chad, during this period of breakup, he's been on Twitter trying to get back with Evelyn, doing all these weird things. And the most bizarre thing he has done was he posted on Instagram a photo of himself. In this photo, there is a huge television. Evelyn, she's on Basketball Wives. She's on the screen, and he is basically puckering up to the screen. And his caption is, "I caught babe by surprise, ... So I feel like maybe he's trying to get her back or whatnot. I hope he's listening because Evelyn, she was on the show maybe like a couple weeks ago. She sat down with us and she was very clear about never wanting to get back with him.
Chad and you, do y'all communicate at all?
Oh, no. No. We don't communicate. I mean this from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
I don't have any ill will towards him.
Yeah.
I don't. He made a mistake. I feel like that's something that he needs to deal with. I feel like, that's something him and his family need to deal with. But we don't speak. The last time I talked to him was on January 11th.
Oh, okay. So the saga continues. Evelyn's my friend, so
right.
You know what I mean? I'm
ride with her.
Yeah, I ride with Evelyn.
That's it.
I just think that's weird.
Yeah, but Sway, I've got some breaking news actually. TMZ, they are reporting our friend Craig Robinson from The Office. He was arrested for drug possession in the Bahamas yesterday.
Wow.
Apparently, he was trying to board a plane with 0.5 gram of marijuana and 18 ecstasy pills.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Craig Robinson?
That's what they're saying.
This is, what's the movie? This is the End movie?
Peoples. He was in Peoples, wasn't
Peoples?
he? Yeah.
Yeah, and he pled guilty. He was there doing a comedy show, so he got arrested, and he's not trying to fight it.
The 0.5 gram ain't bad, but the 18 pills, he was trying to get told.
Yeah, that popping. So he's going to be facing 4 years in prison.
What?
Wow.
Yep.
Fantasy life. Baby.
Fantasy. I guess he came here and he sang the song Fantasy by Earth, Wind, and Fire with us, and he said that's like his favorite song of all time.
He did.
And maybe he had just taken a few of those pills before he starts singing to reach that fantasy. Damn.
But you know what? Luck actually found him because apparently in the Bahamas, what happens to you is you just get $1,000 fine and then he was just ordered to leave the country.
All right, cool. Craig's back then. All right, cool. Craig is back. All right. Wow. Thank you, Tracy G.
Yep.
Craig's our friend, man.
He is, Sway.
I hope he's all right. We're going to take your comments on today's show, 888-742-3345. I'm dedicating this to Craig Robinson.
Sway in the Morning, the only show that'll let comedian Craig Robinson fulfill his fantasy of joining Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Craig Robinson is here.
Yes.
Here we go.
Take a ride in the sky on a ship inside. All your dreams will come true miles away. And we'll
Come on, y'all.
live together
Until when?
until the 12th of never.
Who know the lyrics?
Our voices will ring forever as one.
Sway in the morning.
Welcome to the listener line.
New message.
Yo, what up, Sway? It's Berlin the Don out of Lassie, Louisiana, repping that Fam 9 lifestyle, you feel me? All right, later, Sway. Appreciate you, man.
New message.
Hey, good morning, Sway. Had to be. Listen, man, just because 2 Chainz a platinum artist don't mean he got an education. A lot of these boys, man, ain't never been past the 9th grade, so he really probably just didn't know. Ignorance isn't bliss, but a lot of these boys is just flat out ignorant of what's going on around them. So, gotta give them the benefit of the doubt there.
New message.
Just want to say what up to Vanilla Ice. Love your show. Watch it all the time. Learn a lot. And I partied with Ice in Columbus, Ohio one time, and I've never seen anybody drink more Jägermeister than him in one night. Peace.
New message.
I'm just calling about that conversation about Kanye being a genius. He is a genius, but he's a diabolical genius. When he releases a white tee and sells it for $180 just because he says it's Egyptian cotton, motherfucker, I've been to Egypt. White tees don't cost $180. They cost like $2 in Egypt. Bullshit.
New message.
Hey, this is John from Chicago, man. I wanted to make a comment on the Kanye West situation. I honestly think he's a genius, and I feel like he's an intelligent guy. I was listening to the interview, and I really think that, he said some things that kind of touched me and that made me look at him different. He spoke on people knocking him down here, and as he grew up in Chicago, and I kind of feel the same way, and I wish that, some people my age would really look at it and have a different point of view of things.
New message.
Hey, good morning, y'all. This is Gotti Pierre. I just wanted to say, you guys' show is like awesome, man. Like real talk. No rainbow sway. I love you, bro. Heather B, you're the best. And I just want y'all to keep on doing what y'all do, man. Real talk. Like, I can't even express in more words how I feel about this show. It wakes me up, helps me get up, helps me go to work, helps me do all that, get this money. So, love y'all. Stay up.
All right, 50 minutes into the hour. Thank you for all the comments that you guys, we really appreciate it. That's why we do this, man. And as our gesture of appreciation, tomorrow we're doing a party in Atlantic City. Yeah! And each and every one of you are invited. The guest list closes at 7 p.m. today. You got to leave your first and last name. You can't leave your homie's name and say +3. You're just not going to get in. And they're all going to laugh at you. Mm-hmm. So make sure you do it correctly. Want to thank Vanilla Ice for coming by today. Check out his show, Vanilla Ice Goes Amish, 10 p.m. Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern on the DIY network. Do it yourself. Also, we want to thank Mark Echo for coming by. Make sure you pick up his book.
How to sell yourself without selling out.
Unlabeled. How to sell you without selling out.
I was close.
The book is called
Yeah. Also, we want to thank DJ Anna Luno for coming by today.
She was really good.
She killed it. She killed it on the turntables. And Dr. Catrice Austin, who joined us for First Day with Kelly Kincaid. And, of course, Kelly Kincaid. You'll find that information on SwayesUniverse.com. Should be up soon. And tomorrow's show, we're going to have Aisha Tyler coming by.
Woo! Comedian?
Yeah, I love Aisha. Cooking Soul is coming by. No? Nah, Cooking Soul ain't coming by. But the rapper Necessary is coming by tomorrow.
What up this way? What up that had the beat?
Yep.
I'm good. She Real from Harlem. The rapper She Real from Harlem.
He's coming by too. And who else is coming by? David
Boreanaz.
Oh, David Boreanaz coming by tomorrow too.
Nice.
All right, man. Listen, it's a good show tomorrow. Forgive me, man. I can't breathe. I'm suffocating over here. Tracy G, how can you be reached?
I can be reached on Twitter at It's Tracy G, but that's with no E. That's the same for Instagram, too.
Heather B.
Very simply, at the happy hour, heatherb.com.
I'm at Real Sway on Twitter and Instagram. Until tomorrow, we have nothing left to say.